There's wisdom in the wild that doesn't speak of strength, but whispers of connection. A silent pact sealed not by words, but by deeds. And that's what our story is about today. A bond forged in the harshest of times when the very laws of nature seem to conspire against hope itself. Let's begin at the start, where a fierce predator found himself at his most vulnerable, not fighting, but fading away. The wolf was dying, his paws dragged through the dry soil, tongue hanging, breath short. For days, no water touched his lips. Streams had vanished, mud cracked beneath his feet, and the jungle, once alive, whispered nothing but heat. His world shrank to the dust rising with every step. He dragged his tired body forward, each inhale a rasping reminder of his fate. No growls left his throat, no strength remained for the hunt. Just dust and silence. The sun beat down, relentless, turning the sky into a molten mirror, mocking his weakness. He stumbled, then fell, collapsing onto the parched ground. The hunt, the kill, the pack, all faded into an echoing memory. Only thirst remained, a burning, gnawing ache. His life ebbed, mirroring the drying riverbeds around him. Hope, like the morning mist, evaporated into nothingness. There was nothing left but the endless expanse of the dry, burning sky and the taste of dust on his tongue. The mighty wolf, defeated not by a foe, but by thirst. Then, as if from a world away, a sound sliced through the oppressive quiet. At first, just a shadow above the dying trees, black wings slicing through the still air. One call, short, sharp, then another, but not random. It circled above the wolf once, twice, again. Watching? Waiting. It was a crow, and though crows speak of bad omens to many, here was one offering a beacon of hope. Slowly, the wolf raised his eyes, heavy lids struggling against the burning sky, and there it was again, the black silhouette etched against the sun. The crow landed ahead silent, then flew well, not far, just a few paces forward, then landed again, and waited an odd dance, a curious exchange. The wolf blinked, trying to decipher the rhythm of the crow's steps. Fly a few steps, land, wait. The wolf struggled to rise, his legs shaky, his head spinning, and the crow took off again, circling back. Then, as if sensing the wolf's confusion, it did something unexpected. It landed on a nearby rock and hopped closer, cocking its head as if watching, gauging the wolf's reaction. Minutes stretched, each tick-tock of the unseen clock marking the wolf's dwindling strength. The crow remained, a silent sentinel. Then it took flight again, moving ahead, alighting on the ground and waiting. Something about its stance, the tilt of its head, the angle of its wings, seemed different, almost as if it was guiding. With a last surge of adrenaline, the wolf lurched forward. He crawled, dragging himself toward the spot where the crow danced between earth and sky. The crow rose as he approached, then flew ahead, pausing a short distance away. The wolf looked up, unable to understand the crow's actions, yet compelled to follow. This strange dance repeated again and again, the wolf stumbling, the crow flying, a silent choreography of desperation and hope. The wolf, too weak to question, simply followed. The crow never left. Not once. It returned after every hop, every skip, every step, as if guarding, as if knowing, and in its company, the jungle changed. Leaves greened, soil soft-knit. Then he heard it, a sound faint but impossible to mistake. A trickle, a murmuring, a gush. The dying wolf felt a surge of energy, a last spark of his primal instincts. Guided by the crow, he staggered toward the sound, his eyes fixed on the avian beacon. The crow hopped, skipped and flew. The wolf crawled, pulled himself up, and limped. Finally, the wolf saw it, a spring nestled in the undergrowth, hidden shaded beneath a fallen tree and moss-covered rocks. Still untouched, still alive. The sight brought tears to his dimming eyes, the very essence of life springing forth from the earth. In that moment, the wolf understood. The crow hadn't been leading him to his death, but to life. It had guided him not to a kill, but to water, from death to rebirth. He collapsed beside it, not from defeat, but relief. He drank slowly, deeply, the cool water reviving his parched throat. The crow watched from a branch above, silent, satisfied. When the wolf finally raised his head, the crow was gone. The spring gurgled, a cheerful melody, celebrating life. The wolf lapped again, feeling the strength returning to his limbs, the warmth back in his eyes. He looked up at the sky, boundless and blue, realizing he owed his life to a guide no one saw fit to heed. News of the lone wolf's rescue trickled back to the tribe, reaching them in fragmented whispers. At first, it was dismissed as a fable, a desperate tale born out of a thirsty wolf's mind. But a lone hunter, intrigued and perhaps a bit envious, decided to follow the same crow days later. Curious, he saw the prints, the wolf's and the crow's, the footprints imprinted in the soft mud near the spring. He saw the feathers shed on the ground, evidence of the crow's anxious pacing. He saw the prints leading away, disappearing into the thick foliage, and then he saw the spring. Some called it instinct, others coincidence. But those who know the jungle, those who feel its breath and hear its hidden language, know better. Animals don't always follow logic. Sometimes they follow each other. Crows are among the most intelligent creatures in the wild. They remember faces, carry grudges, solve puzzles, even mimic warnings. But this was something else. It wasn't memory, it wasn't revenge, it was help a bird, saving a predator. What does that say about us? Our assumptions, our judgments, our arrogance in thinking we see beyond nature's grand design. Could it be that in the tapestry of existence, even a crow's simple act holds a profound truth? A truth that speaks not a species, but a soul's. The hunter pondered by the spring, understanding dawning in his eyes. The jungle, he realized, operates on a plane beyond human comprehension, where roles are reversed, where enemies become allies, and where life finds a way to persevere against all odds. As days turned into seasons, the story faded into legend, told only around flickering campfires. A reminder of the hidden wonders that thrive in the dense embrace of the jungle, a testament to the unspoken bonds that unite creatures across the spectrum of life. Now, let's pause for a moment. Let's reflect on the magic of the wild and the lessons it holds. If you found this story enchanting, if it stirred your spirit and set your mind wandering, we invite you to become part of the Jungle Echoes community. Your support means more to us than words can express. And now, before we part ways, let's talk about the power of connection. Just like the wolf in our story, we often find ourselves isolated, cut off from the rhythms of nature and the ancient wisdom it holds. But the crow, with its simple act of guidance, reminds us of the interconnectedness of all living beings. In a world that emphasizes individual strength, it's easy to overlook the value of subtle alliances. Yet, as the hunter realized, these connections are the very essence of survival, not just in the wild, but in life itself. If you resonated with this tale, if it echoed within your soul, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Join the growing number of individuals who are discovering the profound stories that lie at the heart of nature. Together, we can explore, learn, and be inspired by the wild wonders that surround us. So click that subscribe button, become part of the movement, and let's embark on this incredible journey, hand in hand.